Good morning, my friends. It's a beautiful Friday morning here in Las Vegas. The sun is shining. It's a little crisp, but it's going to be getting nicer. A bit of a grab bag for this morning's live stream. Fridays tend to be that way, right? First of all, I wanted to thank everybody. We have just crossed 600 followers on our Facebook page, and that's really a great thing. That's substantially more than we had when COVID began, and what that means is there are 600 people now who get this content sent to them every day and decide for themselves to pick and choose what they want. That's a really powerful example of how God's working in people's lives. Next, I know that if you're here in Nevada, you have seen the governor's announcement that he's asking us to consider staying home and refraining from non-essential activities as a way to combat the COVID crisis. And I understand and I support that completely. I've been getting questions from folks saying, well, Father, does that mean we're going to cancel our in-person 8 a.m. service? And my answer to that is no, that doesn't mean that. Because, well, for two things. First, I consider church to be an essential activity. If folks can go to the grocery store and folks can go to restaurants, they have the ability to come to our church in a very safe, very socially distanced way, outdoors, masked, separated, etc., etc. Secondly, though, I also believe that everybody's an adult, or everyone has adults who care for them, and it is up to individual people to make that call for themselves. So we will offer the 8 o'clock outdoor service for folks, but we will also continue to offer a virtual service at 10 online, and we'll let people decide for themselves which they want to partake of and how they want to move that forward. Father Chris, in his live stream yesterday, invited us to consider a time of fast. Now, we are all kind of going through a COVID fast right now, one that is requiring us to give up some of the things that are important to us, and that is what I would call an unintentional fast. We did not intend to do this, and yet we find ourselves here. But Chris is also inviting us to consider an intentional fast, to look for something that you might want to fast from, be it a type of food or all food for a short period of time, and kind of to design your own. There are some folks who are looking to fast from their computers. There are folks who are looking to, well, there's a whole lot of different ways to do that. And if you would like to partake of that or consider how that might work for you, reach out to Father Chris. He'd be happy to share with you some ideas and to explore with you how that might work. And then the idea is for all of us to come together and break the fast at the Eucharist at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. So that's something that you may want to give some thought to. Finally, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to a very important day. Today is Friday the 13th, but that means you also know that tomorrow is November 14, and for those in the Episcopal Church, I don't have to tell you what that means. That's a very big day, isn't it? Wait, what? You mean you don't know what November 14th is? Why, my friends, that is, of course, the day that we celebrate the feast of the consecration of Samuel Seabury. Samuel Seabury, as you know, was the very first bishop of the Episcopal Church. What's up with that, Rick? What does that mean? I'll give you a short history lesson. Back before this was a nation, we were the colonies of Britain. And as colonies of Britain, we had... Sorry about that. We had okay. Little technical difficulties being outdoors sometimes. We did, in fact, have clergy here in the colonies, but they were Church of England priests, and they were responsible to the Bishop of London. And then we had a little dust-up called the Revolutionary War, and a lot of the Church of England priests went back to England. some stayed. And the ones who stayed became the founders of the Episcopal Church, the Protestant Episcopal Church of the United States of America. That's our full and legal name, my friends. But we had a problem because the word Episcopal literally means led by and governed by a bishop or bishops. But we didn't have any bishops, and only bishops can ordain priests, and only other bishops can create bishops. So we elected Samuel Seabury as the first bishop of the Episcopal Church, but we needed to have him consecrated by 3 other bishops, and there were no other bishops in the nation. What to do? Well, we put him on a ship and we sent him to London. We still had a great relationship with the Church of England, and we do to this day. And we sent him there to be consecrated as a bishop, but we ran into a little problem because to be a consecrated bishop in the Church of England, one needed to swear allegiance to the crown, to the king, and that wasn't going to fly. We just really had fought a war about that. So we didn't quite know what to do. It looked like the Episcopal Church was going to cease to exist just after it had started. Enter the Scottish Church. For the Church of Scotland had apostolic succession bishops, and they knew Samuel Seabury, and they invited him to come to Glasgow because they said, we can consecrate you and not require you to swear allegiance to the crown. That is, in fact, what happened. Seabury went to Glasgow, was consecrated a bishop by 3 other bishops, and came back to the United States, and in so doing, he became the first bishop of the United States Episcopal Church. Absent that, we wouldn't be here. And so on this soon-to-be November 14th, tomorrow, remember our brothers and sisters in the Church of Scotland, for we owe them a great debt of gratitude. Without them, we wouldn't be Episcopalians to this day, my friends. So, a little bit of grab bag this morning. God bless you, God love you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.